Hi, everyone. First off, I want to apologize about last night. Unfortunately, when I was getting ready to sit down to do the video, we had no Wi Fi. They were doing something with it. Message came through my phone, and it it was going to be down for 4.5 hours. And I was like, yeah, can't they do this in the middle of the night or something? But unfortunately, it didn't take place last night, and I do apologize. I also did not see any streams last night because I didn't use like what I get on my phone plan. So I like to use the Wi-Fi because you don't get no kind of interruptions that way. Sometimes with the phone service I have, which is a good phone service, um, for whatever reason, sometimes the videos, live streams, they'll just break up. So I didn't want to use those. I didn't want to use a hotspot or anything like that. I wanted the Wi-Fi to actually work for me. So, okay, so let's get started. A few days ago, there was a stream. Um, I like this creator a lot. They're new. I think they've had their channel for a few months. Now they're not new to YouTube, okay? But they're new to having their channel. All right. Um, I listened to the stream and I was just like, wow. Um, Normally, what happens is happening with this person. I could sit here and I could say the name. You guys are probably going to figure out who it is by what I'm saying. Maybe I'll end up letting it out, maybe I won't. Okay. Because what I'm saying, I'm not in any way trying to hurt anybody. I watched what happened and I watched how upset she was. And then obviously, I've said before, I'm not on Rumble, okay? I've never made a Rumble account and I don't know that I ever will. And that's just keeping it 100. Um, but I got some clips from over on Rumble, um, from like when Bomb was live and stuff, and when Jenny was live. And so I knew something was up because Bomb was down. She was down for a week. I didn't get to see anything. And then when this other live took place here on YouTube, I'm like, oh, damn, something's popping off. And yeah, it definitely popped off. I had never, got to see this person be so upset. And I thought to myself, this isn't good. But at the same time, I also looked at it like, well, here we go, because this is the same kind of shit that always seems to happen when somebody new comes along, especially if somebody, this new person that has started the channel, they weren't necessarily new and they were involved in other people's channels, and things like that. There's always some shit that starts. It's always like this, it seems like, in my opinion anyway. Look, when you've been here for any length of time and you become friends, and people use the word friends sometimes loosely, I feel like, here on YouTube. And the only thing I can say when it comes to that is, like, for me personally, I keep my circle so small. It is so small because, look, not everybody here is truly looking to be your friend, okay? And I feel like, if you can find a friend here, like a true friend here, and the big thing I think people need to remember is they need to stay guarded, okay? Because again, not everybody has your best interest at heart here. So if you do actually find a friendship in somebody and other people take notice to that, okay, and say they don't like somebody, because I've watched it be done over and over and over here. People try to come in between that to stir up shit, okay? People try to do that here. And I think sometimes, there's people that don't realize it at the time, they push it off. I think that there are people that have thought that, when it started happening. But with this stream the other night, I do think that, she knows. You know what? I'm just going to say it. It's Mirandy, okay? Look, the other day I was blown away. I'm not going to, sit here and bullshit nobody. I was blown away. And because I seen how upset she was. And normally, on Mirandy's channel, everything is, so fun, and she just laughs, and you can tell that she's like a kind soul, okay? Like, that's what I see of her. And like, I saw how upset she was, and I didn't type in the chat, okay? I was in the bushes for that. And I could just hear it, and I was like, oh my God, here we go. Here we go again. And I feel like there's people that want to see a big fallout, okay? I'm just going to keep it 100 because that's how I am. I am straight up, and I feel like that's what people want here. I feel like they, maybe not everybody, okay? Not everybody. I can't sit here and say that, and I'm not going to sit here and say that. But I do feel like people get their kicks by watching shit fall apart. You know what I mean? And when I look at Mirandy, her channel, she brings laughter, okay? I go to her channel because I'm entertained. The same way that, like I said, when it was asked, why do I watch Bombshell? Because Bombshell makes me laugh. I look for that, okay? Because not everybody is looking for, craziness all the time. Like, I go around different places in YouTube, which would be considered different communities. I've said it so many times. I do sit in the bushes a lot, but I'm not that person that's sitting in the bushes waiting to do some kind of fuck shit to somebody either, okay? That's not what I'm doing. I just don't do a lot of talking, typing and stuff like that. But I've been trying to do a little bit better with all that. However, but I go there because she makes me laugh. And I'm watching this girl, this woman, be so upset. And I was just like, I was getting upset then because it's like, why does this shit have to keep happening, And I almost feel like it's done intentionally by others and stuff like that. And it's some bullshit. But there's so much more to this than just like, I don't know. I feel like there's so much more to this. I don't know, like, if anybody else will feel that way or not, but I feel that way. And it bothered me a whole lot to see what was going on. People here, as I said, I've watched this be done over and over already. And you've got to be a strong person to run a channel. You really do. And it can get to you, okay? I feel like I'm a strong person. And there's times it has gotten to me, all right? But like, people here, they like seeing a shit show, okay? So I heard, and of course I'm watching this at the time as well, and I heard Mirandy say, look at the number of people that were in her stream that day. Of course, because it's drama, right? This is what they were looking for. And they were, I'm sure there were people, again, I can't say who, because it's not like I'm some kind of psychic here, right? I can think and have my thoughts and feelings about some things, but like I'm sure there's people that were just waiting to see what she was talking about, who she was talking about, and try to, you know, figure it out. I got a pause here for a second. My Wi-Fi signal just came up. I so hope that this is not going to break up because it's going to piss me off, like for real. I'm going to pause it here a second. I need to check my box. Okay, maybe, just maybe, I can get this done. My God, we're having like high winds and stuff, and I think that it's messing with the Wi-Fi. Anyway, so all I can say here is be yourself, right? You always want to be true to who you are. And don't be fake, because we have a ton of people on YouTube that are fake. All right. And I can't speak for other people, but I can speak for myself. I don't do well with fake people. So always stay true to who you are. And listen, yeah, there's going to be people here that are jealous, okay? I mean, I've been here for several years, and jealousy seems to run wild here at times, right? Again, I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't know everything that goes on behind the scenes with everybody, And I think that people in chats that aren't doing the behind the scenes, and they don't really understand what happens behind the scenes. And until, you're privy to what's going on behind the scenes, or, you're not really going to get the full extent of things. Okay. But just be who you are. Stay true to yourself, because that's who makes it here, I feel like. Don't change yourself for somebody else. Always be who you are. Because no matter what you do, you're not going to make everybody happy here. Okay? You just can't. I mean, yeah, it'd be great if people could act like adults. But as most people can see, that seems to be a very difficult thing for people to do around here. And, don't ever feel like you have to shut your channel down. Okay? Don't give in to people. I understand that people can fall out, friendships can change. I mean, let's just be for real, like I was stating at the beginning of this. Do you really have real friendships with everybody you think you do on the internet? Remember, this is the internet. I do think that, yes, great friendships can come from the internet. I'm sure that there's people that do make good friendships. I know I have on here, but again, my circle is extremely very small, and I like it that way. Okay. But let's just be clear. These people are like associates, They're not everybody is your friend. I mean, how could you possibly be good friends with everybody, Just remember and keep in mind that not everybody always has your best interests at heart, and not everybody wants to see you do well. And that's across the board, Like more people than not, like want to see people fail. And that's pretty sad, actually. I know I'm not on YouTube for that. I've said it and I'll say it again now. Whether I like somebody or I don't, I want to see the best for everybody, because my heart's not like that. I'm not here to see people, fail at whatever they're trying to do. I'm just not. I want to see people do good shit, And there's other things here that I do want to talk about when it comes to this that I heard, being addressed and things. But before I do that, I want to say that pay attention to what's going on and who's doing what and who's saying what, who's being problematic, you know, who's trying to make problems for say. Um, but always remember that there are people on here, from my experience, they want to create havoc, okay, for their entertainment. They want to create problems. And there's lots of people that get ran off from YouTube because they're just not strong enough to be on YouTube. Like, you cannot be a weak ass person to be on these streets. You really can't. And I think there's times that people try to get those kind of people that they think are weak, when in return there are people here that are stronger than they could ever imagine, you know? So just be careful who you're playing with, you know? And don't think everybody here is your friend. And I kept hearing Mirandy say, you know, she believes that whoever this is, again, I don't know. I don't know who these emails were. I don't know all those things, okay? But she kept saying about she believes that they want her to shut down her channel. I don't see Mirandy doing that. I really truthfully see Mirandy as a person who enjoys to be able to come onto YouTube. And I don't know quite how to explain it. You know, like, I don't know how to explain it. She just, you can tell that she's really here for people, okay? But at the same time, like, you can't let people get to you like people are trying to get to you, I guess is what I'm saying to you. Because if they know that they can, they'll continue to do it. All right. And Mirandy, many people here know that you are part of Bombshell's channel for a long time. Okay. And if anything, I personally believe that there are some that are trying to create havoc with that. All right. And I'll get into that a little bit more. You guys know all the time. Every time I do these videos, I talk about the time. Every time. Because there's always something that's got to be said about it. But today, this video might go on a little bit. All right. And I do feel like I'm kind of all over the place because I have all these things that I want to say. And it's like my mind's just going, you know, crazy. And I'm trying to get all these things out that I want to say. And it just might go a little bit longer today. But I hope what I am saying is making sense. All right. Because these things, it's truth. What I'm saying is truth. Okay. Okay. Moving on. All right. I want to get into what happened with the mod situation. Listen, the mods that you choose on your channel, they're a reflection of the channel holder / creator, however, you know, you want to refer to the people on YouTube. You've got to be able to trust your mods, right? Moderators are not to be doing any kinds of crazy shit in someone's channel. Okay. They're just not. You know, most of the time, your moderators, the creator, they're supposed to let the moderators know what they can and cannot do, and they're to follow the rules. At the end of the day, the moderators are there for the creator's best interest, not for what their feelings may be towards somebody else. So when you pick moderators, keep that always in the back of your mind, because again, when you have problematic people, you know, it can make more stress for somebody. And again, I feel like when it comes to Mirandy's channel, she wants everybody to be able to be a part of something. Okay. I see that from her. And I do believe that she feels that way. I mean, that's just how I see her. I think that she's a very kind person, and she just wants to be able to talk to everybody. Sometimes that doesn't always work, but at least she's willing to try, right? That's what I see of her. However, when you open it up to everybody and not everybody gets along that's coming in, even though everybody should be adults, I 110% agree with that. It doesn't always work out. Sometimes tempers can flare, and somebody will say something, and yes, sometimes it can be a mod. They fire off at somebody and something happens. Should that be happening? No. Does it? Sometimes it does. But at the end of the day, your mod should be following your rules. And I agree, nobody should ever be speaking for somebody else. So when I heard her say that she speaks for her, that's correct. Like, I think every creator should be speaking for themselves. Other people shouldn't be speaking for them. So I 100% like back that, because it's the truth. Like, you want to hear it from the horse's mouth, that saying. You don't want to hear it secondhand, third hand, whatever. Like, it's better coming from somebody's own mouth versus somebody else saying, well, so and so said this. Because that's how shit gets twisted. Okay. And it can just make a mess of things. And you don't want that. So I was glad that she addressed that. Like, I really think the things that she addressed was, I mean, she was on fire. Okay. You could tell she was really upset. And for me personally, like, I've never seen her get like that. So that's why when I watched and, I was really listening, I was paying attention, and I could tell that she was super on fire and really angry. And for me, again, because I'm not behind the scenes, I don't know what set all this off. I'm just sitting in, watching somebody that I've been watching, that I know that I get laughs from. It'd be no different like when Bombshell, and she would get fired up and she would go off. I'm not in the behind the scenes with her, so I don't know what started this. I'm just sitting there as a person that, oh, well, she can make me laugh. I get entertainment, and then it's just something's happened and everything just blows. So people just need to always remember that you don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. And when something gets addressed, obviously there's good reason for it. And each person's going to have their own thoughts and feelings about things. And I just hope that nobody allows whatever kind of friendship they've had to let anybody interfere with that. I mean, yeah, sometimes you've got to call it quits. All right. Sometimes that's just the way it's got to be. And it's the shits when that happens, but sometimes it's better off that way. It keeps, things a little bit under control better. But sometimes when there's a fallout, then it just continues to go on and go on and go on, because I've watched that happen here too. Okay. Like, you think that you're going to come on, you address something one time and it's over, it's done with. It doesn't always happen like that. I mean, it would be great if it only ever needed to be addressed one time, but it doesn't always work like that, unfortunately. Hopefully, things will be under control, but it doesn't always work that way. Loyalty on these YouTube streets, in my opinion, is so far few and in between. You do have some people that can be loyal, and then you have other people that just want to play games. They want to create problems. and it's just not cool. And look, the next thing that I'm going to talk about briefly here is I also heard Miranda say about, she was getting messages, emails. I don't know which one it was, um, about people saying they're not going to come into her channel, because somebody else is there. Um, what I'm going to say about this is it's like this, okay? I'm going to be completely honest. Back when I started my channel, I had started my channel before Fallout happened, okay? Um, with somebody that, again, for the millionth time, there was just somebody that lied about something. This was a person that I believed in, I trusted. I was very new to this YouTube stuff, and I had to learn hard lessons here, okay? And I had made a comment at one point of time, and I had said, look, I will not be in a chat if this person was in there. I stated that, okay? But I never expected somebody else to follow that. It was how I personally had felt. But I still supported the creator. I still watched the creator. It might have not have been at the same time that it was going on if I saw that person there, but let's just be for real, okay? This person loved to change their names pretty often. So, some of the names, of course, we'd get on, some I didn't. And then I just got to a point that I was like, screw this shit. I'm adult enough that I can just talk if I'm going to talk and be there if I want to be there. But not everybody's like that. And it really depends on what was done to somebody, that if they choose to be around or if they don't. But I think it makes it hard if, in fact, this was somebody that believed they had friendship with you or whatever, and then they feel like they can't be there. And rather, if it's, oh, well, you're choosing somebody over them, whatever the case may be, okay, I can understand how somebody may not want to be in the same channel if somebody that has done something terrible to them or whatever, um, and they don't want to be around that person. I get that. Now, should that mean that you're just not supportive of the channel? I mean, that's up to each individual person. I would think, if the person was your friend, you would still be supportive of the channel. But sometimes it affects, the person greatly. And they're like, screw this. I don't need this bullshit. They see it as somebody else is being chosen over them. It's always a mess, I feel like. But I mean, they're entitled to their feelings. You're entitled to your feelings. It really does create a mess out of everything. And that's why it can make it really difficult on YouTube, because you can't make everybody happy here. No matter how hard you try, you just can't. It's really fucked up. All right? Like, no matter how much somebody tries to run a smooth channel and think things are going to go well all the time, there's going to be hiccups along the road, and not everybody's going to agree. I mean, I've said it countless times. It would be great if everybody could act like an adult and could agree to disagree, right? Then it would make things so much easier, in my opinion, anyway. But not everybody's like that, unfortunately. And there is people here trying to create all kinds of shit. All right. I can see it with my own eyes. There's no doubt about that. They want a shit show. And if you fall into that hand, right, then they get what they want, and then it's on. Because, I mean, a lot of people on here have seen it already, how it can go on here. So like I said, there's a lot of what Mirandy was saying that I 100% understand and agree with. And then there's things that I feel like I hope over time, because again, she is new to having her own channel, that she will learn. Because you can't make everybody happy. And listen, if somebody's going to leave your channel because they're pissed off, maybe their feelings are hurt, maybe they just need some time, and they'll come back, or maybe they won't. But no way are you ever going to make every single person happy. It's just not. But the main thing is, when somebody comes to your channel, no matter who it is, they are supposed to be there for the creator. Yeah, you're going to have friends that you like to talk to kick it with, and things like that. But aren't you ultimately go into the channel for the creator? Maybe not in every instance it's the same for everybody, because I'm sure there's some people, maybe they don't so much care for the creator, but they like to talk to the people in the chat. But I think most chances, they're there for the creator and for the people in chat. So I just, we need more laughter on these streets. All right. We really do. And it just seems like people here, they're always trying to fuck up the good stuff. I feel like that's always what happens. And it pisses me off. Like, it really does. Because if I go back several years, and the way, like, Bombshell was funny as hell. And then it's like, over time, yeah, she can still be funny. Don't get me wrong. Because there's times I get some laughs. And let me tell you, I need them. All right. I do. And there's more times than not, like, people are just constantly, it's not quite the same, but at least she still has the ability for that. And with Mirandy, I feel like she really brings some entertainment. And her and her husband, they do. They make people laugh. And again, that's the best medicine that there possibly could be. So hopefully whatever is going on, whatever it is, because it seemed pretty bad the other night. I hope that she stays strong and she keeps doing whatever, it is she's doing. But you need to be true to yourself. You need to, don't ever let somebody change you. All right, because people will try on here. And please keep your eyes open to what's truly going on, because not everybody always has your best interest. All right. They can play it like they do. But I don't know if that's the case. All right. And that's just how I feel about it. Because I try my best to pay attention. And I just don't know if everybody's there for the right reasons. Okay. Look, basically, not everybody wants to see the next person do well. Okay. And not everybody is going to treat you the way that maybe you want to be treated, because a lot of people just see this as the internet. We already can tell there's a ton of, keyboard warriors that like to run that mouth and create problems. And, look at all the stuff that's said at times that's not even true, just to start problems. You're always going to have those people. All right. And when you are a creator and, people reach out, whether it's an email or whatever they're doing, even then, there's not people that have the best intentions. I think that there are people that reach out that do have good intentions, and they want to make somebody aware of something, or let their feelings out, for say. But at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy here. And there is a ton of jealousy on YouTube. There just is. I mean, look at my last video that I had done. You have people watching views, you have people watching money, and the money of all things. You know what they say, okay, when it comes to money. But not everybody, I feel like, is on here to just get money. And it's not like that for everybody. There are people that come onto YouTube that helps make their living. I understand that. I absolutely do. Things are hard out here for people. It is. Okay. So if they can make an extra few bucks, then that's what they do. But I also do believe there are people that make money and they put it back into their channels. Rather if it's to get better equipment, if it's to do giveaways, it can be for different things. There's different reasons. Not everybody's here for that. Some people are here to add to their income and whatnot. So yeah, there's going to be jealousy, especially, again, if you've got people watching everything that's going on. And let's just face it, somebody's always watching. All right. Somebody's always going to be up to some kind of crazy shit. But just stay true to yourself. All right. And because if you start getting it out there that, you're coming across as fake to people, that, you're just some kind of player, basically, and you're playing games and doing fuck shit and stuff like that, people aren't going to take someone serious like that. So just as far as Mirandy goes, I hope she does great on her channel. She does make people laugh, and I really truly believe in my heart that she's a kind person. I don't know her like others might know her, okay? But that's what I see of her. And there are people on here that like to bring entertainment, and they like to laugh. And I know I personally have seeked that out on this platform. And, I don't talk about everybody that I watch that makes me laugh, but I know Bombshell has, and I know that Mirandy and her husband have. Other people on here, there's times that I just can't even watch them. So it's all in what people like, what people enjoy. But I think kindness can go a long way on this platform. Do we see it a whole lot? No, not really. And that's a damn shame. If people were just left to do what they enjoyed and not have all the other craziness or people trying to take somebody else down for their gain or whatever, like, YouTube could be such a better place. But there's just way too many people that don't want to see the next person thrive. They don't want to see them be happy. It's crazy on here. People act like fucking kids. They really do. Like, we're supposed to be adults. But what do you see on here half the time? Like, it's crazy to me. But just know that not everybody's going to be your friends, and not everybody wants to see the best for you. And pay attention, people. Pay attention to what you see and what you hear. All right? Because it's not all sunshine and rainbows on here. It's just not. Not everybody's always got the best intentions, people. And that's just the truth. There's a lot of game playing on this platform. And there's a lot of fake ass people. But you do get some people that are decent on here. And that's where I'm going to let it. I've already gone over what I normally go. And I feel like there's so much in my last few videos that I've done. I feel like I have so much to say, and my thoughts are just, they're all over the place. And I don't know, maybe there'll be another video after this on thoughts for me. I'm not sure right now, but I know what I'm seeing. And I think it's really fucked up that people on here are always trying to ruin shit for other people. All right. People that are just trying to have a channel and do their thing. And it's always got to be some kind of craziness on here. Let people alone, man. Just let them do their thing. Why does it have to be that difficult? Like, if you can't let people be, then something's wrong with you. That's it. That's all. That's how I feel. Like, grow up. Get a fucking life. Now I'm starting to get fired up. This is probably how I should have been at the beginning of this, but I was trying really hard to, like, just keep myself in check with this. And I'm so sick and tired of all the crazy bullshit on this platform. I just cannot get over how much people act like fucking children on here. And all the time just want to create problems for somebody else. This shit gets on my nerves. Like, it really does. Bottom line, be who you're going to be. Remember where you come from on here, Like, don't forget about the people that were here for you. That's the bottom line. Because sometimes, things can change on here and change quickly. Just remember, not everybody's your friend, okay? And not everybody knows how to be a friend. So, stay true to who you are. Do what makes you feel good. And the right people will be a part of your channel and support you. That's how I feel about it. Just be real. Don't be fake. And don't be two-faced, okay? Because I know personally for me, I can't stand people like that. I cannot do it. So hopefully this video, like, I'm going to listen to it back. If it's too bad, I don't know. I know people are waiting for it to go up. Like I said, I feel like it's all over the place, but I might just put it up. If it's shit, it's shit. But at the end of the day, it's my feelings. It's my thoughts on this shit. And I'm just tired of, like, seeing people get shit on here. And it's just not right. It's not right all the way around. The bullying of people, all of it. The shit needs to stop. Like, seriously, grow up, people, and get a life. Have a good day, everybody. I have another busy day ahead. I have something coming up here that I need to get done that is important to me with somebody else. So I'll talk to you guys later, and have a great day, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.